Hello YouTube, this is Ash here again at Flight Sim Reviews, and today I wanted to do a review on Kerbal Space Program, also known as KSP for short. Anyways guys, KSP is an awesome sandbox type space simulator game. Basically, if you can imagine it, you can do it. If you want to build your own rocket, you can. If you want to build a space station and lift it into orbit, you can. If you want to do in-space docking, you can. If you want to make a space station and fly it to another planet and use it to refuel other rockets to get further into space, you can. Launch satellites, rovers, the list goes on and on. It's an incredible program. Right now it's only in beta, but I didn't want anybody in my subscriber list to miss this gem of a program. I believe it's $22 on Steam. There is a free demo, but $22 nets you the program and all the beta updates. So really, really good deal there. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up and show you what this game is about. Let me see here. We're going to go ahead and do this user. Alrighty, this is the main, this is pretty much the main area for KSP. So you've got a spaceplane hangar, which allows you to build aircraft that you can try and fly into space. This is your vehicle assembly building, obviously for rockets, just like NASA's vehicle assembly building. And tracking station. Why do you need a tracking station? KSP is persistent. So if you launch something into space, get it into orbit, it's going to stay in orbit as long as it has enough speed, obviously, to stay up there. So that being said, you can do all kinds of stuff like launch a space station, then a couple days later go ahead and launch something up and dock it to it. It really allows a ton of flexibility within the program. I'm going to go ahead and, for this review, go to the vehicle assembly building. This is basically where you will be building all your rockets and or space stations. So anyways, basically you select from a list of parts on the left side, and if you can imagine it, you can build it. Just for grins, I'll just throw something together. Capsule, liquid fuel tank, let's give her a rocket motor here, liquid engine. Go ahead and let's put some... Where are they here? Half this game is looking for parts. I hope they organize it better as the beta goes on further. Go back to propulsion, pop on some solid rockets. You can just do all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you can dream it, you can build it. That's just a real quick, dirty rocket. And then, of course, as you add more and more things, more and more stages, you can add decouplers and things so you can split the stages. So if we want to get crazy, we can add a whole nother set of fuel tanks here. Let me add them in, basically pop them on here, boom, another rocket motor. Oop, there we go, and pop that onto our rocket here. And well, that's too small a rocket motor, but you get the idea. You can add all kinds of stuff. So, and then over on the left here is how you control your staging. So if you want certain rockets to run at certain times, certain stages to separate, solar panels, all kinds of stuff, you can customize it. I'm going to go ahead and load up just a quick and dirty rocket I made for fun for this review. It's crazy looking. It's got 9 SRBs to the side, 3 more center line, big liquid tank, and I'm going to go ahead and show you a launch. Unfortunately, the parts from this one fall back down on the launch pad, so you have to always clean it after you fly this rocket. Over here is our Kerbals, and you can see they're waving to the camera. You can also get an interior view of the capsule. You can actually fly from in here too. It's up to you how you go and fly. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the SAS, or kind of what is the autopilot, and you can see the elevators here, the stabilizers trying to stabilize the rocket. And we're going to go ahead and launch. 3, 2, 1. Boom. And up we go. So anyways, guys, it's pretty standard flight simulator stuff. Altimeter, atmosphere density, vertical speed, artificial horizon, throttle, G's, and your VSI, or vertical speed. So you can see we're accelerating 100 meters per second. And of course over here, this is our fuel burning down in our solid rockets. So as we climb, they'll get lighter and lighter, and anything you can dump on the way up is the way to go, as the ship basically gets lighter and lighter as you climb. So you want to keep accelerating, and basically this is the low part of our climb. The hardest part of the atmosphere to get out of is the lowest. So you really, if you want to go like all the way across the solar system, you really want that first stage to get you there. You really want to be able to get out of the atmosphere with one stage. So basically now I've lit up these 3 solids, and the main liquid is now burning 8,000 meters, and we have to back down the throttle just a hair so it doesn't overheat the engine. If the engine overheats, basically it burns out and then you're out of luck. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick turn so we can get aligned for our maneuver. Go ahead and shed those. And as you can see, we're still climbing 17,000 feet. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch this baby over. Go ahead and turn off basically what is the auto stability system. And we're going to go ahead and shoot for an orbit now. So we'll set right there for now. And continue to climb 620 meters per second, 28,000 meters in altitude. We're about to break into thinner atmosphere, which will give us even more speed. Can throttle down a little more. As you get higher, you don't have to use such extreme throttle settings. Alrighty guys, now we're essentially in orbit, but as you can see, we're not in orbit. And again, like I said, it's persistent, so you can see here that this is a capsule of Kerbals that's still orbiting. And here's some I've landed, here's some stages I've ejected. But you can see this blue line, and this blue line is basically showing you where your orbit is going to be. Alrighty, I didn't stage there correctly. Bam! That's the best way to stage, right? Just blow up the last one, then they don't have to pick it up on the ground. Alrighty guys, I'm going to go ahead and pitch us over to 90 degrees and start to accelerate. So I'm not quite sure what our peak altitude right now. It's going to be about 123,000 feet, which would give us a orbit speed of 2,214 meters per second, which we would need to obviously obtain to get orbit. Basically what I'm going to do, guys, to shorten up the review is get us into a nice low orbit, and I will be back on the video. So I wanted to show you guys in orbit and some other features, but I didn't want to bore you because it takes a few minutes to get up to that speed that we need to attain to get a good orbit going. So I will see you then. Alrighty guys, now that we're at orbit, we're actually still increasing altitude, but that's okay. I'm right about on target for orbit speed at 200,000 meters. You're looking at about 2,100, so I'm just a hair slow, so we could actually just give her a little bit of thrust and nudge her up to that 2,100 mark. Alrighty. Anyways guys, the blue line is my current orbit. AP is the highest point. PE is the lowest. The other gray ring you see there is another flight I have orbiting right now. So, and there's space junk from me staging and things like that. Anyways, you can of course, like, you can see the moon. So if you wanted to plot a course to the moon, you could just say add a maneuver and then open that baby up and then move it over there, and you'd have a moon encounter. And it'll also calculate how much speed you need to go. So to reach this orbit that I just made, we'd have to accelerate to 1,800, basically 90 meters a second faster, and we have to do the burn in 7 minutes. So you can actually program maneuvers, so if you need to go to different bodies in the universe, you can. And the moon is just the beginning. There's Minimus, and if we really scroll out, got a lot of places to go. Eve, Duna, Jewel, and Elu way out there. It's way out there. So basically, it's a lot of work in this game just to get a rocket that gets you into orbit efficiently and still has enough fuel to do a retro burn to slow you down and get you back into the atmosphere. So the fact you can go to all those places is just crazy. There's just a lot of gameplay in this game. So of course, looking out the capsule, you can do EVAs. So I'm going to get one of my Kerbals out here, activate his little jetpack, and you can see you can do spacewalks and stuff, or if you'd like to do like an Apollo type landing mission where they move from the limb to the command module and so on and so forth, you can definitely do that as well. So you can get them all out, they can fly around, and if you do land on the moon or something like that, they can walk on the surface and use their jetpacks and things like that. So anyways, guys, I mean, this is just a really simple orbit I did, a real simple spacewalk, nothing to write home about in this review. Just I really wanted to show you what Kerbal was capable of, so you can make a decision if it's worth it for you. I can't recommend it highly enough. I believe it's like $22 on Steam for the beta. I, of course, am in no way related or like being paid for this review or anything, if you guys are wondering. It's just I wanted my subscribership to get a good look at Kerbal, because it is a lot of fun. There's just so many things you can do. It's always a challenge. Everything requires you to learn things and figure out the best way to go about things and so on and so forth. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the review here. Anyways, if you like my videos, please thumbs up, please subscribe. Of course, there'll be much more to come here on Flight Sim Reviews. The channel's kind of been dead for a little bit. I've been working on another YouTube project, but I definitely intend to keep Flight Sim Reviews going and updated. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my channel, and I hope you stay tuned for more Flight Sim Reviews.